Welcome to our podcast, designed for psychologists, therapists, and counselors who want to take their business online and live a soul-nourished and profitable life without compromise. If you want to know the secrets used by practitioners just like you to navigate the global e-learning market successfully, then you're in the right place. I'm Dr. Tilean, chartered psychologist, business mentor, and your host, and welcome to the Abundant Practitioner Podcast. We're talking today on no more hiding, all right? No more hiding. How you get to show up boldly, right? How you get to be seen and also start selling. And I say this because depending on your mindset and your attitudes around sales, I'm very, very straight up and honest and open to put out there that unless your business is revenue generating, it's not a business. Right? And so therefore your business, to be a business, requires to revenue generate and make sales. That doesn't need to be in the sense of being sleazy or icky or manipulative or any of those things, right? But it's about being able to create soulful sales, soul aligned sales, right? To be able to recognize that you're walking in purpose, right? That to be able to recognize that actually in your business, there's going to be a level of you being seen, right? You presenting the mission before anyone even enters the mission, right? In terms of the transformational experience you might take them on in their journey, right? And so there's the selling of the brand of the mission, which is no monetary exchange. And then there's that higher level of service that they may step into your containers, into your offering, into your products, into whatever it is, right? Which is going to amplify them and take them to a next level, right? Whether it's in terms of them being able to have deeper access, to be able to have side-by-side support and a step-by-step journey as they go deeper into whatever you are here to help people with, right? And when you take people from in that space of being in service where you are supporting and helping and being on mission for free, right, to taking people and stepping them into a container where they choose to step into it because they're in that season of readiness to do the work and invest time, energy, resource, finance into that piece and be like, do you know what, I'm seriously stepping out on this path and doing this work, right? That's a separate level. Okay. And so there I want to really create, if you don't have it already, just a beautiful, expansive feeling about that, right? About actually being able to hold space to receive financially, to receive clients and support people in this way, right? And that recognizing that as you support people in your containers, in your spaces, in your products, in your services, in whatever it is that you're bringing out there, that is a beautiful, beautiful next level service that you're giving, right? And so there's more, right? So for example, I'm doing this discussion here today with you guys, and there's no finance exchange, right? However, I also host a business academy where there is a financial exchange. It's a journey. It's a 12-month journey where I support them. I walk with them side by side, step by step. And it's not just me, it's community, right? They get immersed in community. They know people. They have friendships. We had so many like pictures in the academy, people meeting up and, genuine connections that they're creating of like-minded people around them as they're moving forward on their mission all around the world. Get people meeting up, whether they're in America or Hawaii or the UK, like friendship bonds coming together. And I think it's beautiful. And so it's about recognizing that you can totally be seen and be fully seen, right? On your free level, on your community service, on your I'm going to go out and let people know about my mission and actually help people by actually helping them, right? And you can be fully seen and still receive on your next level as well, which is in your paid containers. how you allow yourself to grow, right, is by number one, acknowledging that you are on assignment, that you have been given a God given purpose or a purpose driven mission, or however you want to see it. The mission that you have to help people, to serve people, to have this business, to whatever it is that you see for yourself, right, is not a tease. It's not you making things up. It's of God, it's of source, it's of higher self, right? It should feel big. If it doesn't feel big, right, then it's of you. Okay, so it should feel like, how am I even going to do this? Am I even equipped? Can I do this? Right? Like, you should get these human feelings that it's you're not capable. Because honestly, you are not capable without, right? God, right? Without source. So you have to recognize that that's a normal feeling, to recognize, like, how can I do this? Can I even fund this? Will I make money? Will anybody, like, these are normal human, fleshly things that happen. Why do they happen? Because as human, we're exposed to things on our journey, right? We're exposed to things on our journey, no matter how well meaning, how loving, how much you have a beautiful, caring family or not, it doesn't matter. We are exposed to just our life journey, and we're going to create beliefs based on our life journey, based on what we see, based on what we feel, based on what we experience, based on what we hear, based on what all of this stuff, right? So this is what I'm saying. So, like, I would like to think, I am doing the best I can for my boys, right? I've got two little boys. Yeah. But that moment in Ghana was when I saw that no matter, like, how we navigate through our life, every single human being is going to create belief, perspective, right? All a perspective is a belief that you've chosen to have, and perspectives can change, right? It's not true. It's not a full truth what my son said, right? Where the sun shines, that's where the brown people are, right? That's not truth, right? Yeah, there's sunshines and there's places across the world where there's more not brown people, right? Like, but it was of his truth, his perspective. So what I'm here to remind you of is that you are carrying truths that may not be serving you, and therefore keeping you under the radar. You think it's protection, right? You think like do you know what, I am being productive. You think I'm being busy. You think, well, I'm posting every day, or I've got a VA posting me every day, or I've even hired a social media crew to post for me, right? Like, whatever it might be, you think, like, yeah, I'm showing up. But are you really showing up, like, your soul? Like, you know what I mean? Like, are you really being seen? Are you really being heard? Or is the actions that you present in your business coming from that place of, is this the right thing to say? Is this the way you hack the algorithm? Is this the marketing method that I've been taught to use? Right? There's that over analyzing, overthinking, rewriting, right? Rejigging it. Is it right? Does it meet the framework? Is it problem, agitate, solve, da da da, right? Like, you're over analyzing, like, how am I showing up? Is this the right thing to show up? Who should I talk to? How should I talk to them? Is this the right offer? Should my offer be 12 weeks, 16 weeks, 12 months? Should my offer be one-to-one group? Should my offer have voice note coaching, not voice note? Should I do a product? I don't know. Should I do ML? There's all these noise around what it should look like. What should I be doing? What should I be saying? Is it the right thing? What's going to get the reaction? What's going to get the response? How do I get more people to book a call? How do I get people to show up on my trainings? How do I get people to buy my stuff? Right? What if all of these things were the wrong question? What if you're asking the wrong question? You're starting your day and you're going through your day, banging your head against the wall, asking the wrong question. How do I make this business work? What do I need to do to make this business work? Do I need another qualification? Do I need to retrain? Where is my niche? Who are my niche? Where should I show up? Should I show up in corporate? Should I show up to my people? What did I do? All these questions. What if they're the wrong question? What if it's not that you're not, it's not because you don't understand the power of the question, because the power of the question is so powerful. It puts your mind to work on solution, but it can only work on solution if the solution is to the right question. So what if you're starting out with the wrong question, and therefore you're showing up and you're showing up and you're being seen, but you're not really being seen because you're leading from the wrong question. You're trying to figure out the how, and the how really isn't got much to do with it. The anchoring into the belief is actually led by a lot, for some of you, unbelief. There's a belief in terms of, I believe that this vision I hold is a God-given vision. I believe that I'm meant to have this business and be operating on this level. I believe that I you like all should be added onto me. I believe that my needs should be met. I believe this, right? But these eyes are giving you unbelief. It's like, actually, I want to believe. I wish I could fully believe. Help me believe, right? Because underneath there's unbelief. Because I've tried so long. I'm 10 years in. I'm 2 years in. I got it and I lost it. Can I be good again? I got these qualifications. Maybe I missed out on the qualification. I've decided it's a coach that I'm meant to be coaching or consulting, and all I see is coaches and consultants. How do I fit in? Where do I fit in? Is there space for me? All these doubts start flooding in, which, even if you are showing up every day, what's really being heard is the unspoken energy, the unspoken conversation. And so when you are connecting with those around you, there's something that don't feel right. You could be saying all the right things. Something just doesn't feel right. And so you might even be like, I spoke to them and then they went and hired somebody else. Right? What happened? Where did they go? Yeah. We've got to anchor in that certainty within yourself. Right? And it's also about like really taking out the voice which is not of where you're going, right? The voice which is not of your truth. If you really truly know, and I believe that if you are listening to this, there's an ounce of you within you, no matter how worn out, weighed down, or nervous or fearful or whatever, right? There's part of you that knows that there's the vision you hold is of truth. The vision you hold is of truth. So if the vision you hold is of truth, that means the vision you hold is already done. It's of truth. It's there for you to receive, right? So what stands in between the vision you hold being of truth and you receiving it is all what's been wrapped around it. This is why the Business Academy, right? Like I could never, when I made the decision to start the Business Academy, it was like, I cannot do this without psychology. I cannot do this without identity work. I cannot do this without helping people with mindset mastery, without supporting people in being able to serve from their overflow, like get their mind right, their identity right, to clean up these beliefs. Because you could have the best strategy, but if the words and the beliefs and all of that surround it are just keeping you held back, you're only going to go so far. It's going to just feel really, and even if you go far, right? Even if you go far, which can be possible, you can go far even with like the unbelief. You can like will even with or even with beliefs around like, I've got to work. There's can't possibly time to sleep. Like you can go really far with unhelpful beliefs, but you still feel misaligned and out of alignment. How you show up with a soul nourishing and soul aligned business, which is what I'm about and which is what I help people about, is by stripping away these identities that have stuck onto you, that just caught onto you. And then there's caught onto you, and they're caught onto you, and they're caught onto you, right? Is you got to let that all go. Bit by bit, step by step. It's a layered approach. That's why the academy is 12 months. Because it's really about like just shifting that perspective, learning to shift in that perspective, understanding that you are enough already. You are enough already. Like you are enough already. That's why you got the vision. That's why you can see the vision. You can feel the vision. It's all there. The opportunities, the resources, the finance, the time, all of it will lead its way for you. But you got to believe and step out in faith and know that that's true. And so, one of the things I really want you to recognize is that if you are going to be able to make immediate shift, like I'm not talking like, like you have to wait weeks, months, years to create shifts in your life. Immediate shifts comes from decision to decide what is no longer coming with you in terms of those mindset, thoughts, patterns, habits. That I'm going to break that agreement. I'm going to break that belief that this is of my truth. Whatever you've been stating and saying, like, this is like, it's hard for me. My clients don't find me, right? It's not possible for me. Would anybody, like, all of those have to be annihilated with truth, like recognizing, is that of truth? Is it of truth? Is it of truth? No. Then let it go. Is it of some truth? Yes. It doesn't true to be your truth. No. Right? So it's about questioning everything. Take every thought captive and identify, is this of service to where I'm going? Is this of service to my mission? And start showing up fully. You all know your mission as well as you know it. You all know your mission as well as you. Don't let that mindset voice tell you that you're confused. You're not confused. You know what you know, what you know. Right? And so if you go with that, right? That if you like I say on all of my trainings, like if you just have that first part of the 4B marketing framework of be mission led, of like, I know my mission. Who can I talk to today? Who could I connect with? Who could I serve? What audience can I get in front of? Where should I shift? Right? If you just ask that question, right? So where I said like maybe the question you're asking yourself is wrong, the wrong question, the not helpful question. The question, it could be like, show me who I could connect with today. How can I share the message today? How can I be your voice today? Where should I be seen today? Saying what? If I was to put all fear aside, all worry aside, all doubt aside, if I just chose to believe that I was just fully enough today, that I was totally 100% chosen for this mission because God knew what he was doing, what would I do differently? How would I show up? How would I speak differently? How would I back myself more? If you do that every day, you will see a shift. But what happens is like the decades, right, of whatever it is, perspectives of narratives, they will come onto you every single day. And so it's got to be intentional to come back to center and say, I can do this. I've got this. God knew what he was doing when he made me. And I'm going out there and I'm doing the thing. And so that's a daily reminder. I think so many people kind of feel like there's this whole narrative that went around and maybe still goes around that like being in business should be ease and flow. And like if it's not ease and flow, and like we're all just like, like I'm doing the wrong thing and maybe I should do something differently. Like if you are on assignment, God-given assignment, it's not gonna be ease and flow, right? Like it's gonna challenge, your thoughts are gonna challenge you of like, who do you think you are? Can you do that? Because you should have a God-sized vision. So it's really about recognizing like, I am going to choose to show up. I'm going to choose to like really show up. Like there's a version of showing up where you're not really showing up. Like your heart's not really in it, you don't really believe in it, or you feel tired, or whatever it is, like, or you feel you might have experienced this in the workplace, or as you like went through exams or whatever, right? Like you present in a different way, right? Yeah, like you bring a different side of you, right? What if you just let all of that go and you just showed up? What if you just showed up to all the people that already know you? What if this wasn't even about finding new people? What if you just started by showing up with all the people that already know you, right? And letting them know, look, this is what I do. This is what I'm calling forward in June. This is what I'm looking for in June. In June, I'm looking to support X number of people with this, with this, with this. Do you know anyone that needs help? Right? What if you was just to start with the people that know you and just show up of truth? Like just strip away all of the noise and just show up of truth. What if you was just to show up and give value and just share a story and just explain your truth? That's the messaging that hacks the algorithm. Is truth. Some of you in this day and age need to let go of ChatGPT for a little bit and remind yourself of your own voice. You have a voice. You have a message to share to the world. It does not need to be filtered through ChatGPT. It does not need to be designed by ChatGPT. It just needs to take a bit of time, even just 15 minutes, put on a bit of instrumental jazz music, some instrumental gospel music, some silence, listen to the waves, and say, what's the message I could share today? Who needs to hear this message? And just speak. Don't worry about the comma in the right place, the full stop in the right place, the capital letter. Did I make a spelling mistake? It doesn't matter. Just share your message, your truth. It's like business 101, right? Is just be findable. How do you be findable? Just share a message. What's getting in the way is all of the stuff that's been put around it. Am I enough? Have I got the right qualification? Is my program right? Is it the right length? What about the pricing? Is the pricing right? What are they like? All of this noise, right? So that's what I wanted to say. Yeah. Of like, you have it in you already. You already have it within you already. You already have it within you already. All We're at the beginning of the month. All what you can see that you desire to make this month is on the other side of serving other people. All what you see, right? Like if you was to think about like, all of whatever, right? All your payments, whatever, bills, things like that, right? Those things take money. If you were to really choose and see, because that's the currency of exchange we use, right? To pay our bills and stuff, unless anyone else uses something different, right? But that's what we use, yeah? So if you was to see like, does God really truly see this as my mission and my assignment? Yes, right? Am I meant to really like just fully one day be fully operating in this if I'm not already? Yes. Then the finances that you need to navigate your life will be provided through that, right? So it's about recognizing it's already there. It's already there. It's empowering the expectation. So what if I now just didn't worry about it? Like if I just, had a level of peace that surpassed all understanding, because the understanding of my visible eyes is maybe something different. And I trust and know, and I stop banging my head over the questions of like, how am I going to do it? How am I going to make it happen? Do I know enough? What do I need to study? Should I do this? Should I do that? Da, da, da. And I just be the voice of the message, and I invite people into journey, which is kind of a whole separate conversation, but you have the opening of receiving to support and work with people, you will see difference. So I think that's everything I wanted to talk about that was flowing through me to you on this topic.